Can you imagine what life would be like without having fresh and frozen foods available to you every day? The innovation of refrigerated trucking made a large impact on the United States food industry. In the later 1930s, frozen foods were not very accessible because they spoiled easily over long truck shipments. Food had to be either homegrown or bought at a local farmer's market. Then, in 1935, Frederick McKinley Jones and Joe Numero invented the small Model C refrigeration unit in Halleck, Minnesota. This cooling device was very important, and it was later used in not only trucks, but trailers and railroad cars too. Because of this invention, Jones caused frozen food popularity to increase and made door-to-door delivery possible. In the late 1930s, the Great Depression was in full swing and many people were out of work. The minimum wage was only 43 cents an hour in the United States. World War II had just started and times were difficult. The desire and need for fresh fruits, meat, and vegetables started to increase because food was spoiling over long distances and in hot weather. During the winter, all people could do is can their goods and keep them in their cellars. One idea for keeping food cold during transportation was to fill the trucks and trains with ice cubes and large blocks of ice. The ice was kept cool with fans, but the fans could not keep up with the constant cooling during hot weather. Frederick McKinley Jones was born on May 17th of 1893. He grew up as an orphan and did not attend school past the 8th grade. He served in World War I as a mechanic, where he learned his engineering skills. When returning to the United States, he moved to Halleck, Minnesota, where he became a local handyman. In the mid-1930s, Frederick's soon-to-be boss was playing golf with a farmer. The farmer was complaining that he lost a truckload of chickens due to spoilage. The comment, "Someone ought to find a way to refrigerate a trailer," led McKinley to create his most famous invention. Beginning in 1935, Frederick began the long process of inventing a refrigeration unit small enough to fit into a truck. In 1944, after many years of hard work and testing, Frederick applied for the small refrigerated air conditioning unit in patent. The refrigerated unit was not patented until 1949. This invention would later revolutionize America's food transportation system. After receiving his patent, with his old boss from the movie theater, Frederick and Joe Numero co-founded Thermo King Control Company. It quickly became a $3 million a year business. Frederick Jones had over 40 other patents. Some included the ticket dispensing machine, starter generator, and the automatically starting and stopping gas engines, just to name a few. Not only did the refrigeration unit Jones invented help in transforming the food transportation, it also helped preserve blood, medicine, and food used in Army hospitals. Over the years, over 35 million container loads of refrigerated products are shipped annually from one part of the country to the other. Trucking companies began to see the benefits of using their oversized vehicles as a moving billboard. As times passed, the advertising on trucks became more sophisticated and eye-catching. Some companies today may not be as successful without this type of advertisement. After interviewing Jeff Fortgerms from the Schwann's Company, he cited many ways that refrigerated trucking changed the company. Founded in 1952, Marvin Schwann packed his van with 14 gallons of his family's homemade ice cream and 18 gallons of dry ice. He then went door to door to sell his product until it melted. Today in Stewartville, Minnesota, a Schwann's delivery truck travels approximately 150 miles on each route. Mr. Fortgerms also stated that the average Schwann's truck temperature begins at -20 degrees in the morning and then ends the day at -5 or -10 degrees, depending on the season. If the refrigeration unit quit working in just one truck, the company would lose $8,000 to $10,000 in product. Although if the truck itself broke down, the refrigeration unit would keep everything cool for up to 2 days. To start going green, the Schwann's Company is using propane gas to save the atmosphere instead of diesel fuel. They are also building lighter trucks that use less gas and are better for driving on the roads. 75% of all food today is either transported or stored using refrigeration. There are currently over 500,000 trucking companies. The foods we eat would be dramatically different if we didn't have refrigerated trucking. Through the need for fresh and frozen foods, Frederick McKinley Jones' innovation of refrigerated trucking strongly impacted the country's food industry as we know it today.